Let's look at 6, 8, and 10 from Unit 12, Lesson 1. How do we simplify these trig expressions? Well, I know I can rewrite tangent as sine over cosine. And now the cosine on the bottom and the cosine on the top, they don't just cancel each other and disappear. They simplify to 1. 1 times sine is sine. You could write sine of theta over 1 or simply sine of theta. Cosine squared theta minus 1. Now this is a little bit trickier, so I'm going to look up above to my trig identities, and I want to manipulate this first trig identity. Let me first write it down. Sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta equals 1. Okay, so in order for it to look like this, I would have to subtract 1 to the left. Let me do that. Sine squared theta that's a plus sign, plus cosine squared theta, now we've subtracted 1, equals, well, there's nothing left on the right-hand side. Now let's move positive sine squared to the other side, so I've completely isolated cosine squared theta minus 1. To move this over, it was positive. When it moves over, it's going to be negative. So I know that cosine squared theta minus 1 is equal to negative sine squared theta. Let's look at our last one. 1 minus sine squared theta. 1 minus. Well, I can also go back to this first and most well-known trig identity. Sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta equals 1. We need to manipulate it into this form. So I'm going to subtract sine squared theta to both the left and to the right. I have cosine squared theta equals 1 minus sine squared theta. So here we go. This is where it's equivalent. I'm going to replace this portion with cosine squared. Now remember, cosine squared simply means cosine of theta times cosine of theta. And I'm going to take it times the secant of theta. Well, what is the secant of theta? I know that the secant of theta is just the reciprocal of cosine. So 1 over cosine theta. 1 cosine on top and 1 cosine on the bottom. In your mind, again, you may think they cancel out. But really they're going to reduce to 1, and I have 1 times the cosine of theta. You can put it over 1 or just leave it as the cosine of theta.